What's
All right,
going
we
on,
being
everybody?
recorded,
Welcome
let you
back
know.
to another special edition of the Power Hour with Houff Gill. And we are joined by none other than Joshua Thompson, the defensive back of the Texas Longhorns. Josh, what's good with you, buddy?
What's up? What's up?
Nothing much, man. How's it going down there in Austin, man?
It's good. I mean, I'm back home in Nacogdoches right now,
Okay.
but just enjoying the time with the fam until I go back to Dallas and start training.
Okay. So speaking of, you say from NAC, so East Texas. Just go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody, let everybody know, where you're from, the accolades that you've accomplished during your time at UT.
So yeah, I'm originally from Nacogdoches. Grew up and raised there. Grew up on the outside community, towards like Redland area, Central Heights. Then started going to Nacogdoches to play football. Moved there. Started getting recruited. I want to say like 11th grade, from different colleges around. And I ended up choosing Texas like July 28th, 2016. And then went to Texas, had a great freshman year. Sophomore year was great. Then my junior year got hurt, got injured, ended up breaking my foot, season-ending injury. Went through a lot of mental struggles with that, but still, bounced back and didn't let the external factors destroy me, like in the inside. So, just kept working and everything and just put God first. That's my main goal, is put God first and just follow the path that he direct. And I mean, my next year after that, I ended up starting a cornerback, took off from there, and here I am.
For sure. Just question I want to ask you, East Texas, man. We're from East Texas. We're from Texarkana.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a low key area, man. It's not an area that has a lot of exposure, like the DFW Metroplex and Houston area and all that good stuff. But you were able, and you and Brandon Jones and a couple other guys from NAC and in the Lufkin area and all around East Texas have been, pretty successful. Just kind of talk about your journey of getting out of East Texas and getting to, Austin. And you could have went anywhere you wanted to, as you said, you had more than Texas offering you. So just talk about that journey.
It was hard. It was very hard. I mean, just growing up, I love football. Like that was just like my love. And I just found everything for the game in that area. I grew up, started playing baseball, but once I started playing football, I knew that was a sport I wanted to do. But being from NAC, it was just like dang, like, you see a lot of guys in Houston, Dallas, like they get recruited constantly every year. And just being like a freshman and everything, and you really don't see college coaches coming to practice. You see, just a lot of every other thing that you don't want to see. And then Brandon Jones kind of took it, and I just wanted to run with it because that's like my brother. So probably like my 11th grade year, late 10th grade, early 11th grade year, college coaches started coming for Brandon. And just me being like that guy with Brandon, I started getting recognized also. Coaches were asking about me, doing things. I was doing things to go out my way, like going to camps, getting my dad, my mom. They'll take me to Waco, Baylor camps, any camp that was around the area I went to, just to get exposure, because I know it's hard to get exposure, like just from small towns and everything. So went to camps. Then I want to say, after Brandon went to Texas and everything, and then my offers started picking up. They started picking up more. I want to say I got my first offer. I was, it's kind of crazy, but I was at track practice and I thought I was in trouble. My coach called me in. Like I was out running and everything. My head coach like screamed, like, "Josh, come here." I was like, "Oh man, I didn't even do anything." So I went in his office and he was just telling me like, "You need to call your mom and tell her that she doesn't have to pay for college." And then I kind of broke down from there, like just started crying. And then he was like, "SMU gave you your first offer." And I called my mom, just crying and everything. Just told her like I did it, but I'm not done yet. And after that, everything just started taking off. And then I went to an ETSN combine. You probably heard of that, APEC. Went there, ran my first 40. It was kind of weird because I ran my first 40. It was like a 4.53. I was like, man, I know I'm faster than this. And so, and then after that, the dude came over, Bobby Stroop. He came over. He was like, do this dance and take off from here. Ended up running a 4.43. Got defensive.
Laser.
Yeah, laser. Yeah, 4 foot
Yeah.
laser. Ended up getting defensive MVP. Then literally the next day, I got like 4 offers. I got Kansas State, TCU, Oklahoma State. They all just ever since then, like they just rolled in. But I mean, the journey was hard. But just just like a kid coming from Nacogdoches, of course, it was hard to take control of that. And I do it. I don't do it for me. I do it for the younger kids, younger generation. That's always been my goal is the kids that are growing up under me, like my little cousins and everything. But I mean, I do it for other people. I really don't do it for me. I'm not like a selfish person.
Well, I've been a fan of yours from afar for a few years. I'm a Texas fan. We
Hmm.
obviously share a mutual, you're training my homie.
Hmm.
So a quick question I got for you. Obviously, you're a well-versed young man because when situations arose, you were the spokesman for the team typically. So last year in your decision to come back, was that like I was like, oh, this young man finna go to the league, but you came back and you still played really good though. Like uh you only helped your whatever you were trying to accomplish, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, by coming back. But what played into that part is my first question.
A lot of things played into that part. It was kind of like a messed up situation. I want to say messed up, but it was just in a bad timing. I mean, I mean, at the time I had Coach Herman, my old defensive back coach, Coach Villa. I talked to him. I
Mhm.
was like, because there was rumors at first going around like, hey, Coach Herman, he might get let go, this and that. But then everything cleared. So I was like, all right, he ain't going nowhere. So I'm not going to clear. I'm going to go ahead and stay my other year with my coaches, with my team, get
Yeah.
better.
And Jay is a real dude. Jay good
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
Yeah.
and get better and everything. And me and Coach Villa, we had that, like, we were close, like very close. And so I went ahead and made my announcement to come back in like December. Then I get a call like January 6th from my coach. He was like, hey, we just got let go, this and that. I was like, damn, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I already made my decision. And so after that, it kind of like, I don't know, I tried to take it in. I was like, you know what, I'm a leader on this team. I did this for a reason. I'm gonna go ahead and come back and, thug it out with my teammates and everything. And I just talked to all the leaders in the group, and I was like, "Hey, this is what I want to do, but we gonna do it." And although the year didn't go as planned as we wanted it to, you can definitely see like some of those losses would help us, but it's kind of like weird to say, but it definitely brought the team closer and everything. But yeah.
My next question, man. So you've had to deal. You can say yes or no, but from an
Mhm.
outside point, I was a reporter before I became an administrator,
Mhm.
so I was, in them
Yeah,
rooms and stuff.
yeah.
But you've had to deal with a lot of turmoil as a college football athlete. Changing of coaches. You play at the University of Texas. Sometimes, I mean, you guys weren't in the Final Four,
Mhm.
and then people be like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?"
Yeah.
Pointing, but you always were able. You were to keep things internalized. Like I said, you were the spokesman for so long. Do you think that helped your mental growth as a man and a player, or like how did you deal with all of that, and where does that come from?
It was definitely like a lot, like especially when I like started playing and everything, and
Yeah,
like like the medias and everything. Like you try not to feed into it, like that's your
but it's
first mind.
hard not to.
Yeah, it's hard not to because you sitting there scrolling and you see your name, you like, "Oh, I'm about to click on this." And, it's just stuff like that. But like mentally, like it did at some points. It was like I need to get off social media. I need to just clear my mind. And for a while, I did that. And it really helped me, like mentally. Like it became a point to me where, like, I just see my name, I just keep scrolling, and
Yeah.
like that'll help me, like, not look at the outside factors of everything. Worry about what's going on today, right now, at the moment, and I mean everything else will fall in place. But I tried to stay away from that, like my last 2 years, I would
Yeah.
say. So I mean, I probably did media like 3 times, but I mean, I really didn't. I wasn't that guy to just get up there and just just talk.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get on the training. You finna do combine prep, right?
hmm
Do you mind me asking where you're gonna do it at?
I'll be at Exos in Frisco. There,
Okay.
I'll be with Brent Calloway and all those guys.
Okay. For sure. For sure.
You know.
Yeah. So you'll be at Exos in Dallas, man. How you feel that's gonna go for you? And you ready for combine prep and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I mean, at first I was like stressed because like, being in college for like 5 years, you just like, what am I, what am I supposed to do? Like this and that. But I mean, I'm built for it. I mean, I trained for it all through college. Just wanted to get around some of the guys that, the top guys. I mean, you put a bunch of hungry dogs in the room together, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna end off good. But the meals and everything, like Brent Calloway has a great plan for me. Flight has a great plan for me. Just go out there, compete, get better, and take that and run with it, and also get ready for the Senior Bowl February 5th and go with
Oh
that.
man, congratulations on that.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
That's big
Sure.
time. That's in
For sure.
Mobile, right?
Yeah, Mobile,
Yeah.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, bet. My homeboy Josh Thompson at Tulsa, he got invited. So lock
Mhm.
him up and tell him this for Earl.
Okay, I got you.
But all right, man. Another question I had for you, man. What was it like to be one of the leaders of a flagship university? Because all eyes were on you,
Mhm.
whether it was the eyes of the Texas deal, whether it was Black Lives Matter, which a lot of
Mhm.
protests and rallies were held in Austin, and a couple of situations that were documented happened in Austin.
Mhm.
And how was that? What was that like? Because like I said, you still a young man in
Yeah,
America, and you have feelings just like we in Tyler.
yeah.
So what was that like?
I mean, it was tough at first. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like when everything happened, like it was going through COVID, everything. So it starting with COVID, like we had to. All the leaders came together and we decided that we were going to do like a group deal, like where every leader gets a certain amount of people in the group. You're gonna do workouts. We're gonna send workouts in. We still gonna work out and do everything. So we did that, and then when everything else like happened with the George Floyd and all stuff like that, like we really like being at Texas. It was hard because I mean, a lot of things come with playing at Texas. You got
Of course,
work.
heavy as the head that wears the
Yeah,
crown.
yeah, and it's just like we had moments where like some people on the team didn't agree with each other, but like I said, that made us closer. Like when we walked to the Capitol or whatever, like you had like guys every color, like there, the whole team there, walking and talking, and just even guys like my roommate at the time, Sam Ellinger.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
like I mean, he's obviously hasn't been or lived like I grew up like I grew up.
for
So
sure.
I mean, he's asking me questions, like how did you do this? Like how did you take on this? Like he wants to know, and like that made me proud because like I actually have friends and teammates like that. And just him being like a brother to me, like he was there, like he wanted to know more about the odds of Texas, like what makes it, like
Yeah,
what, like how do you feel about that? And he went out of his way. We had meetings with guys like Colt
yeah.
McCoy, uh,
Because
Jamal
because
Charles.
man, what you stood up for was like I was with you
hmm
because like I said, man, for these young men to take this on and oh well, it's been there since then that's the
hmm
problem. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the
Yeah.
problem. I went to the University of Arkansas, you know what
hmm
I'm saying? And it's much like the University of
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's the problem. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? And so I appreciate you doing that for young brothers after you,
hmm
like because a lot of people in that moment were selfish and didn't want to say
hmm
anything. But the fact that you're at one of the largest institutions in the country, a starting football player, and you was like, man, this ain't right. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Like, let's revisit this. Not that it's not right, but let's revisit this because this is not right. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So I commend you and I appreciate you for doing that, because you just don't know, like, bro, it's generations of people that have had to deal with things
Mhm.
because they didn't have a voice. And now that you have a voice, you're like, let me use this, like, because this is what comes with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I appreciate you for doing that, man.
Oh, yeah.
And my next question though, do you have an agent already?
Yes. It's Eric Burkhart. He's with Select Sports Group.
Okay.
Uh, he has
Are they
like
like SSG or something like that?
yeah, SSG. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, that's a that's a big boy. So, ooh, so what made you go over there, and what led you to those guys?
Just a relationship factor. EB is a really, really cool guy. He loves football and everything. He's gonna get you, what you need, but he's more of a family guy, and that's what I look for in the agency. Just picking anything like your life after football. Like he has a lot of guys with the same mindset as me, like Brandon, Sam Ellinger, Devin Duvernay, guys like that. And I mean, that's someone I want to be around that, that I can be with or talk to, communicate with. He can help me after football and still lead me and be a great leader for me. And that's why I chose him.
All right, this is gonna be my last question because I know you're probably tired of me talking and I talk slow and all this and that.
Good.
But okay, I heard some cap earlier. Did you say that you weren't highly recruited? Because you was highly recruited. You were like an
I
All
mean, like
American, weren't
I
you?
was saying, yeah, I was All American, but
Yeah, you All
I tried.
American.
I was
Okay.
at first I wasn't highly recruited. At first I wasn't highly recruited, but
What? Stop.
then I started going to the camps and everything, that's when it took off. And I
Okay.
started getting
I'm about to say, like, let's not cap now, because I
Yeah.
swear did you have a 30 piece?
yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'm about to say, but you know how hard it is to get
Can't
30,
beat the
boy?
30 piece.
What? What?
Can't
What?
beat it.
30 piece is hard. So
Now
all right, so with
I
that,
do have a question. You played
what's up?
for two different coaching regimes in Austin. Played for Coach Herman and
Mhm.
his staff, and you obviously played for Sark and his staff this year. My question is, what would you say is the difference between the two staffs or between the two coaches? What's the biggest difference?
I would say I was close. I was closer to Coach Herman, mainly because I was there with him for 4 years. So I mean, I really didn't. Me and Sark, like me and Coach Sark, we had a good relationship for him to only be there for a year, and I respect him for that. Like just coming in, trying to be was a father figure for me. Came in, took over like he was there for the whole team, father figure for the whole team. Get to know everybody. He treated us like his sons, which I really appreciated. And like to be a coach and come to Texas, you have to like take on a lot of stuff. I mean, he came in the first time we had a meeting, he talked about the odds of Texas, and everybody, oh, okay. And just something like that. It was good for him to come in and do all that. But obviously, I mean, I got recruited by Coach Herman, but I love both coaches the same because they both played a major impact in my life.
My last question I would have to ask you, outside of sports, outside of football, what are some of your personal goals that you want to achieve?
I want to say giving back to the community. That's always been my goal. Whether it's starting an outreach program, I've been thinking about that a lot, or a training program for, placing it in smaller towns and everything for kids to go in for tutoring, have coaches, leaders in there that'll be able to help them out and make sure like, yeah, sports are important, but you can also get somewhere off academics. Just having that would uh, yeah, just creating that has always been my goal, like giving back to the community and everything. Especially like the young kids. That's my like you can always see like my little cousins and everything, like they play a big role in my life because I mean when I come home they like all around me and everything. So I'm just trying to set that positive figure for them, but definitely giving back to the community in whatever way that I can to help the younger generation grow up and so we can have some leaders in this world.
That's 100. That's 100.
Before we let you go, why Texas? That's it for me. I just want to know why Texas, because you could have went
Why
anywhere.
Texas?
Yeah.
I would say big reason is because like both of my grandparents, they love Texas. My grandpas, both of them passed away. Next reason I would say Brandon, of course, because I mean when I was getting recruited, he was in my ear every day.
Yeah,
and then just
I
going down,
understand how that go.
yeah, then just going down there every other weekend. I got close to the team, and I wasn't even. I was still in high school, but still close to all the team there. And, you know, it was just relationships that it built so quick, and that I couldn't do anywhere else. And I felt that right when I went there. So that's why Texas.
Okay.
That's
Well, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
we appreciate you joining us, man, and good luck to you during your training. And you know, we hope you get
April,
first day of the draft.
man.
Oh yeah.
First day. We want to see you on Thursday. Walk the stage, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For real.
Right, man. Take it easy, man.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all.
All right.
Appreciate you, bro.